Hello, Bl'Artagnan here with a special GL anniversary speculation video. Now normally, I take a wait-and-see approach to see the surprises the devs have planned for us, but I wanted to do something special for hitting 500 subscribers, and wouldn't you know it, by the time I was ready to publish this, you guys already went and got me up to 600 in less than a week. So before we get into it, I want to thank each and every one of you for giving me your time and support. This all started as a fun little hobby for me, so I'm incredibly grateful that you find my content enjoyable, and I hope you continue to do so. Now on to the fun part, speculating on the exciting surprises the GL devs have planned for us. Of course, there will be the normal stuff like free pulls, bonus resources, and chocoboards, but what about those exciting GL exclusive surprises? Well, for starters, I wanted to talk about what I don't expect. I do not think we'll be seeing a new GL First BT unit. Time traveling a burst unit, especially for a unit who isn't even in the game, would be a tremendous risk in terms of power creep. While that might not sound like a big deal for a PvE game, the devs want you to pull, and that means they can't really risk giving us another RNA who will carry us through content for months on end. Now I know with C90 upon us, that's already something we're kind of dealing with to a degree, but it still feels like a bridge too far to expect a new burst character. By extension, I doubt the new GL First unit is going to be Xenos. Sorry, Final Fantasy XIV fans. I've also heard whispers of a time traveler from the near future. The most believable one I've heard is an early Lightning BT Plus accompanied by the long-delayed Vanille LD, though it wouldn't be out of the question for them to do something like, say, moving Noctis and Prompto up. That being said, while believable options, I think we can all agree that no time traveler would bring the same kind of anniversary hype as a shiny new GL First LD unit. They want the hype, we want the hype, so by golly, let's dive into the hype. There are some low-hanging fruit that have been conspicuously missing from the game, such as Riku, Tella, and Red 13. Sorry, that's Nanaki for all you nerds out there. Anyway, my feeling is that for them, if they haven't shown up yet, they probably aren't going to be doing so as GL exclusive units. Looking at the GL Firsts we've gotten, and I do think we'll be getting a GL First of LD of some kind, they've all been guest party members, and badass ones at that. Beatrix, Aranea, and Core all join the party at various points in their games, and they bring with them extensive prior combat experience that translates well into their DFFOO role as a meta-breaking wildcard unit. That's the theme I've tried to look for when thinking about what the next GL First unit is. So who do I think it'll be? Number 5 on my list is Vossler York Azelas from Final Fantasy XII. As a former knight of Dalmasca, Vossler fights alongside the Resistance to restore the kingdom he once served. He aids your party as a guest member, serving as a strong Dark Knight-esque bruiser with a number of techniques that could be easily ported to DFFOO. He fits the archetype of a seasoned warrior turned guest party member, although I don't know if he has the same popularity that Beatrix or Aranea did. Number 4 is Minwu from Final Fantasy II. The personal mage of the royal family of Finn, he helps fight in the Resistance against the Palamecian Empire. He later helps the party, both as a strong white mage guest member, and later still by sacrificing his life to unlock the spell Ultima. Minwu fits what I'm looking for in a guest party member with established experience and reputation, and his kit offers opportunities for homage to the franchise's most iconic white magic, things like Curaga or Holy. He also plays into a trope I've seen the devs lean on several times, which is that of a deceased character meeting with and reconciling with their friends, their rivals, or their fate. Sadly, Final Fantasy II is one of the less popular games in this series, so I can't rank Minwu higher than this. Number 3 on my list is Sidolphus Orlando from Final Fantasy Tactics. A famed warrior nicknamed Thunder God Sid, he was falsely accused of treason and later framed for murder. He joins the party late in the game and, quite frankly, is overpowered as heck. While not technically a guest party member since he doesn't leave the party after joining, he fills the archetype of a powerful veteran whose presence single-handedly warps the battle he's involved in. Final Fantasy Tactics fans are a vocal bunch, but the game's lack of representation in DFFOO makes me hesitant to rate Orlando higher than this on the list. Number 2 breaks with the pattern that I've been describing. I think this might be wishful thinking on my part, but I feel like the inclusion of Biggs and Wedge is long overdue. Those two have shown up in several games, though the version I'd expect would be their Final Fantasy VII incarnation as a pair of eco-terrorists working with Barret to bring down Shinra. While they don't have the combat pedigree that Vossler or Orlando bring, I think that there's still room for some highly compelling post-mortem conversations with characters like Barret, Reno, or Cloud. For a crossover game designed as a Final Fantasy fan service simulator, it boggles my mind that this beloved duo of goofballs hasn't at least made a cameo or a reference of some nature. With the Final Fantasy VII Remake giving them even more screen time and personality, I think it's high time that they show up. I think they'd be a fun inclusion with lots of potential for entertaining interactions with other characters. So now we're at number 1. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? Lots of twists and surprises. You're probably waiting with bated breath to hear who I think it'll be. It must be someone great, someone the audience has been crying for years, right? My god, you're thinking, Bl'Art, stop talking, just say it already, stop stalling. You see, dear viewer, I'm building anticipation because I'm a master storyteller. So, who do I think the next GL First will be? The answer might surprise you, because I'm putting my money on Lhasa Ferinas of Solidor, brother of Vayne and heir to the House Solidor from Final Fantasy XII. He joins up with your party several times throughout the course of the story, working to help bring peace to Ivalice. You're probably thinking to yourself, Bl'Art, you doofus, you're only saying this because you've been running Vayne in like every Lufania since he got his burst. Okay, so I might be a bit biased, but hear me out. Like Biggs and Wedge, he lacks a reputation as a certified badass in his world, but he's a steadfast ally throughout the game. He's present for much of it, and also like those two, he offers some possible post-death interactions and stories with characters from his game. If that doesn't sound compelling to you, consider that Brosco was added to the game as an FR user. That said, the main reason I'm betting on Larsa is a bit of a tinfoil hat theory. I can't help but notice that Vayne's intersecting wills is coming up in JP, and is known to be connected to the story. It might be nothing and nothing will come of it, but I'm shooting my shot and taking it as an omen that we'll see the little fella in DFFOO sooner rather than later. I also feel like with the GL First they've been going a little bit unexpected with their choices. Core, for instance, was not, the top of the list, and so it was a bit of a surprise. I feel like Larsa falls in that boat of like, you could see it, but it's not really what the people are clamoring for, so I can see that happening. So there you have it. My predictions for the next GL First DFFOO unit. Hopefully to arrive with Anniversary. It was a fun journey, wasn't it? The nice thing about speculation like this is that I've got nothing to lose. I just get to, call my shot, and if I get it right, you all say, hey, wow, Bl'Art's a genius. Well, I guess if I was wrong and you guys remember this video and bring it up later after it's been revealed, sure would make me a sitting duck for all those internet bullies if I recorded my thoughts and put them out there. Shoot, I don't want to get teased by strangers on the internet. Is it too late to cancel the upload? Ah, shit.